Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. I am not very fluent in English. How do I gain fluency? How do I gain confidence in speaking in English? Is this your problem too? Well, we all go through this phase of our learning journey. So it's not very easy to get fluent in speaking in English or any language. It needs a lot of dedication, time, and practice. We all know that, right? But right now, since this is a second language which we want to learn, it gets very difficult for us to dedicate time as we are busy doing other things. Either we are studying or we are in our jobs, working, or there are lots of other things to do. So we don't get much time to dedicate to this language. And that is why it takes us a longer duration or a longer time to get fluent and confident in speaking in English, right? So today in this session, I'm going to tell you how we can get fluent and confident in speaking in English easily, effortlessly, and in no time. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. Now let's begin. So getting fluent and confident in speaking in English needs dedication, time, and practice, right? Apart from this, it also needs the right way of practicing. Okay, we practice every single day. We take out time to speak English. We try to have conversation with people. But then, at times it doesn't materialize or it doesn't give us results. Why? Just because probably we're not putting our practice in the right direction, or we are not practicing in the right direction or the correct way. Okay, so today I'm going to simplify everything for you. I'm going to give you a very simple technique to start speaking or practicing or working on your English speaking skills. And this technique is called learn and teach. Learn and teach. It's very simple. I'm sure you must have understood with the words I've chosen, to talk about this technique. It says it all. Learn and teach. It just means you learn something and you just teach it to others. Okay, but don't worry. I'm going to tell you everything in detail so that you understand things easily and you start practicing it in the right way. So we all speak about our daily routine. We all try to speak to people, order food, etc., etc. Right? But we are not able to go further. So this technique is going to help you to speak English fluently and confidently on any topic with anyone, anytime. Trust me. Let's come to this technique. So it's called learn and teach. Now, learn is something, you have a lot of sources to learn things from, right? When you are learning this language, you have to immerse yourself in English. You have to create an English environment around you. How do you do that? You listen to a lot of stuffs in English. You watch a lot of stuffs in English. You read a lot of stuffs in English, right? So learning is the source of information. Okay, so you can choose your source of information with whatever you like. If you want to listen to podcasts, if you want to listen to audiobooks, if you want to listen to stories, if you want to listen to sports commentary, or if you want to watch movies, cartoons, series, talk shows, chat shows, travel vlogs, science, history, geography, anything you want to learn or gain knowledge about. So you have to choose your source of information, what you want to listen to, right? You can also choose your subject also. If you are an engineer, if you are a doctor, if you are a housewife, if you are a businessman, if you are a banker, if you are an arts student, anybody, whoever you are, whatever interests you have, you can choose your field and you can just start absorbing or listening to those information, right? So you have to choose a source, you have to choose a subject which you want to listen to. And then the next step, what you can do is, whenever you listen to something or a source of information, whatever you have chosen, if you have listened to something on that or about that subject, you can start speaking about it. Now here what you can do is, you have to get into the role of a teacher. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm saying all these things later. Okay, so you have to get in the role of a teacher. You have to listen to something very carefully and you have to think about it. If you are a teacher, you have to teach students about the same thing. How will you teach? Or how will you give this information to them so that they understand it very clearly and easily? Right? That is the role of a teacher. You have to simplify everything for your student, understand that very clearly and effortlessly. Right? So that is why, start getting into the role of a teacher, start thinking about it, how you can simplify things and how you can make your students understand and learn that concept or that subject or that thing or that topic, right? So start doing this. Once you get an idea of how you have to speak, you can just start imagining that you are teaching a virtual class, right? And you can start speaking on that topics, as in you are teaching them. Okay, so that is one thing. You can just imagine that this is a virtual class and I'm teaching somebody. If that is not possible for you, if it gets difficult for you to imagine all these things, what you can do is, you can just switch on your video camera, put it somewhere, switch on your video camera and start recording it, as in you are taking an online session, right? Does that make sense? And it's very interesting also. Imagine that you are taking an online class and you have to teach a lot of students who are watching you online. Okay, and then start speaking. Take 2 attempts, take 3 attempts, but then start doing this. Get in the mode of learn and teach. This is absolutely going to help you a lot, guys. This will help you to build fluency, confidence, and when you are in actual situation also, this practice is really going to help you. You will be able to come up with sentences, you will be able to come up with the ideas, you will be able to understand what you have to say and lot many things. Okay, so this is basically impromptu you are doing. You are trying to improve at every attempt. Okay, so in this way you are going to improve your knowledge, you are going to improve your understanding, your way of speaking and your way of communicating with others, so that the other person understands it crystal clear, right? And that is our purpose. Becoming fluent and confident in English doesn't mean that we have to keep on speaking. The other thing is, the other person also needs to understand well, and that is communication. That is when you are fluent in English, when everybody is able to understand you. Okay, so that is your goal, of making others understand what you're trying to convey and conveying your idea or your thoughts in the best possible way. So if you start learn and teach method, if you start working on this method, or if you try practicing English speaking in this way or method or technique, it will help you to convey your ideas in the best possible way, right? You will understand how you have to say, how you have to convey, how you have to talk, how you have to have a conversation with people, right? So that is why this method is very simple, very easy, very interesting, and of course you can make it interesting, more interesting also. Okay, you can imagine a virtual class, you can imagine that you are taking an online class, or if not, what you can do is you can start vlogging, right? Take your mobile camera or take your mobile phone and start vlogging about things. So that is also an interesting way of expressing yourself or expressing your ideas or thoughts or describing something, right? Vloggers take one topic and they talk about it, whether it is food or it is travel or it is any destination or it is any hobby or anything else, right? They take up something and they speak about it. They try to convey their ideas, they try to teach you something, right? Or they try to give some information to you in the best possible way. So if you don't want to do this, like learn and teach, you can start vlogging also. So here also you have to learn first and then you have to do this. So learn is again a resource you have to choose. You have to choose your source of information. You have to gain information. Probably if you like some vlogger, you can just start watching him or her and try to imitate that thing, what you have just seen or watched or understood, right? You can just start imitating that vlogger. But I would suggest the content should be in your own words. Content should be the same. Whatever the vlogger has spoken about, you can take that topic, but sentences you have to start framing on your own. Pick up your own sentences, come up with your own sentences to describe that topic or talk about on that topic. That will be the best thing to start speaking this language, and start doing this. It will help you to gain fluency and confidence in speaking in English for sure. Try this, do this, practice in this way, and you will see a lot of difference in 30 days. Now what this will do? This will help you to train your brain to start thinking in English. So whenever you are listening to some information, or every single day we do watch a lot of vlogs, we do listen to a lot of stuffs, right, which we are interested in, but we stop there. We don't reciprocate it. We don't speak about it, or we don't talk about it. So what I'm asking you to do is, when you have listened to such informations, just start talking about it. You can become a teacher. Imagine you have to explain this to a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 60-year-old person. Imagine that. Or imagine that you are taking a virtual class, or imagine that you are taking an online session, and start speaking about it in the best possible way so that people understand it very clearly, crystal clear, right? So if you start taking efforts in teaching people or in simplifying your ideas or thoughts or that topic, it will help you to gain a lot of confidence. It will help you to gain fluency, and your communication skills will also improve a lot. So there are a lot of advantages of doing this. Or the second thing, as I've spoken about, is you can start vlogging also. You can just watch a vlogger, see how that person is speaking, his body language or her body language and everything, and start imitating that person. Start vlogging, right? But you have to keep in mind that whatever you are talking about in your vlogs also, it has to be very clear, right? Your ideas should be, you have to present your ideas in the best possible way so that it's easier for everybody to understand. So in a sense, you are giving information in such a way that people are able to understand that, or you are teaching that thing to people who are watching your blog. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. So if you start following this learn and teach method of practicing English speaking, it will actually simplify your English learning journey or English fluency journey. Okay, and the more you watch things, the more you start talking about it, the more you'll get fluent and confident in speaking in English. So every day, 3 times a day, you can start doing this. It will eventually become a habit of yours, and you'll be able to practice it effortlessly and easily. And ultimately, the result will be you'll get fluent and confident in speaking in English in no time. And at the same time, you'll enjoy your journey as well. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.